too long.
Now Rivan of Team Indonesia will serve. That is too low and goes straight to the net.
So dalawang service errors from two jump servers na spin. Yung kanina too long and then this one naman, the one I'm pointing out, is kailangan you make sure na long mo siya, isa-serve para umover. Kaya kapag medyo what we call it, baon, it doesn't go over the net.
Because there's that eagle factor na gusto mong baonin, patusok. Patusok na jump.
And another one from Lok. Long naman.
Yeah, because when we talk about jump serves, di ba, syempre, there's a lot of calculation there na pinapractice mo. Ikaw, I've seen you probably a very few times trying to do it.
In my second year, required kami before. And it was really challenging kasi nakakapagod, especially when you do it every time na magsiserve ka. Tapos, yung ball control pa. So, kailangan talaga yung ball control when you do jump serves. It's really, it's crucial.
And speaking of the ball, they're currently using the newest FIVB ball. And I've heard from some sources, magaan nga daw, magaan. And you yourself, you've mentioned this to me earlier, no, nahawakan mo siya, it's a bit lighter. So probably, if they're not used to using it yet, then that's part of the adjustments. As Vietnam gets one over Indonesia, 7-6.
This was actually the same story as the first set. Vietnam leading and then nagkaroon lang ng streak of points itong Indonesia. That's why they were able to go to the technical timeout.
So we now see Vietnam's number 5-2 serving. Picked up there by Delbero. They go to a quick, trying to adjust there. Let's see. But the point is awarded to the side of Team Vietnam. Vietnam goes into our first technical timeout.
The score is 8-6. Vietnam with the
over
lead.
Indonesia. Don't go away. We'll be back after the short break. Coverage of the 30th Southeast Asian Games. We have some members of the Indonesian delegation cheering up their squad, but of course we also have our kababayans and kapamillas inside the court, of course, preparing for the upcoming match of Team Pilipinas. After this, going up against Cambodia. But we continue our ball game here as they go to Team Indonesia's number 12, Rivan, with a back row attack.
Again, kanina si Tamami lang itong tuloy-tuloy umaatake and we haven't seen that opposite back row attack in a while. And again, ginawa na naman nitong ni Zar.
Serve and a hit there coming from the captain of Team Vietnam, or rather their middle blocker, Huang. That tip, that soft tip, but it's very effective.
Kanina, they tried it twice, although it sailed out. Pero ngayon, we've seen, I think, 2 points from their middle attacks. And that's good. That's the adjustment that they had to make coming in the second set.
Vietnam now serves. They go up to the open side for Team Indonesia. That was Sigit.
Combination attack again from the Team Indonesia. And we can see here, itong Vietnam, they attempted a triple block. Nagpatong na yung dalawa, yung open hitter at yung middle blocker. But then again, Tamami lang too strong on that attack.
That was a great combination for Indonesia. On the other side, they go to number 12, Rivan, who scores. Now it's Rivan who's making some noise for Team Indonesia.
Like we said kanina nga, na-notice natin na babantayan na si Tamami lang. Now Rivan stepping up to get some load off Tamami lang. And to note naman sa Vietnam, we've seen a running attack the first time we saw in this game from their team. So ngayon kailangan na talaga nilang i-utilize yung mga iba pa nilang plays.
As Vietnam hits the cross court on the other side, Indonesia answers with an over ball that sails out for
No
number
check,
3.
oo.
No check for Sigit.
But he's like requesting the coach to make a challenge. Let's see if the coach
There's
complies.
a challenge on the call by
Yes, there
Indonesia.
is a challenge.
Block touch.
First challenge in this match.
Let's wait as to what. But from our angle, does it feel like there is a touch?
It's hard to tell kasi ang taas talaga ng dinaan ng bola. So sometimes it's just a matter of konting galaw ng daliri, which is, hard to tell from
Yep.
our
Those,
angle.
those split-second
Oo.
movements at our
Minsan
challenge call.
kuko eh.
Oo. Malay mo, di ba? Any touch of the ball
Oo.
Plus, mas magaan yung bola. So there's a lot of factors, a lot of physics involved probably.
Pero since Ardian insisted, maybe he heard
Or he
block
saw,
touch.
diba?
Oo.
Sometimes you would trust the point of view of your player.
Kasi kapag nag-iba yung tunog, alam na yan ng player.
Kasi minsan, hindi lagi sa direction. Well, in the men's division, they always say, na pag nag-iba yung direction ng bola, may touch yan. Pero, we'll never know. Those milliseconds, milli-moments that we don't get to catch on cam.
One of the things I learned dito sa, ayan, let's see muna tong
Yep.
kung block touch
Let's
ba.
look at the video challenge here. Our board. Zooming in.
Oh, meron.
Meron.
Ito yung sasabi natin, yung konting galaw lang ng daliri, di ba? Pero kung kanina sa play, it was hard for us to tell because
Ladies and
the
gentlemen, the
clearance of
challenge
the ball
was
was really
successful.
way up. But thanks to our challenge system, di ba, nakuha ng Indonesia yung point na yun.
So, saktong-sakto ang pagtawag doon ng challenge. As play continues, point going to Team Indonesia. Ito, no unsure moments there. Vietnam.
It's really overwhelming to see the respect of Indonesia to the team captain of Vietnam 2-1 dahil doon sa atake na yon, naka-triple block sila sa kanya, especially because he's been the one really making the damage for Vietnam.
Now we're tied at 10 for these two squads. Serve coming from Vietnam. Indonesia answers back with Sigit.
I don't know if that was, the hang time of Sigit, kaya walang na-touch yung mga blockers niya.
I think we should also credit it to the set. It
Oo,
was a bit
opposite
fast.
set.
Opposite set na mabilis.
Kasi kanina nung hindi slow-mo, we could see na sabay umangat yung blocker and si Rigit, pero lumusot din because of the angle as well as the hang time.
Let's see how Indonesia tries to continue this. They go cross court, but that is out. Vietnam gets a freebie there, tied at 11.
Again, that was a great set by the setter of Indonesia, si Nizar. Kanina niya pa pinupuntirya yung opposite side nila because it has been effective for them. However, yung error na yun, parang iba lang yung tunog, parang hindi tumama sa kamay talaga ng attacker.
And we continue our ball game. Serve there coming from Team Vietnam. Indonesia goes to the opposite side and gets a score coming from Rivan.
Umawi itong si Rivan after his error on the same side, on the same set. And again, talagang minamaximize
Substitution
nitong
for
ni Nizar
Indonesia.
yung
Number 9
nagiging
out, number
strength ng
10
team nila
Hernanda
so far in this set.
So number 9 goes out. Yuda goes out there, and entrance of a new player, number 10. That is Zulfi. Back here, Tamaminang, who was quiet in the second set, made some noise with that cross-court kill.
And he manages to pull off a through the block hit kahit ayan nakatapat na sa setter. I mean sa blocker nitong Vietnam. Ano kayang winning weights nito ni Tamamil?
Feeling ko pag training baka sobrang bigat ng kinakabit niya mga weights, no?
Kasi we can see kanina nga, di ba natumba pa yung blocker nitong Vietnam on his strong attack. And now it has been a 1-2 punch for Rival and Tamamilang for Indonesia.
Timeout,
That has been the
Vietnam.
story of this set.
And right now we go to a timeout on the side of Team Vietnam because Indonesia is trailing away with a 3-point advantage, and we're seeing how the Vietnamese are trying to find their groove here in the second set compared to the first set. It's a stark difference as to how they're performing. And what else have you noticed here in the performance of Team Vietnam, Mela?
Well, kanina nung dumidikit na, we've seen them do attempts on more middle attacks as compared to their open sets. Pero ngayon medyo nawawala na naman, maybe because of the reception. Medyo they really need to bank on the receptions kasi like we saw earlier parts in this set, effective naman when they set up their middle. So they just have to really maximize them as well. Kasi bantay sarado rin talaga yung mga nila, open and opposite attacks.
As game continues, we had Randu there on the serve. On the other side, they set up an opposite hit. Kukunin at susungatin. Cross court, galing sa open side, but it's too strong. That sails out for number 9 of Team Vietnam.
Again, the open hitters of Vietnam seem a little bothered because they have been checked and blocked in this game. So, nagre-result na siya sa errors on the side of Vietnam attackers. Again, misreception again. Naitawid pa rin ng team captain and he managed to get a block from that rally.
So, Vietnam trying to find some life here.
Substitution for Vietnam. Number 2 out, number 10, Ding Van Thu in.
Now, this was a familiar substitution that we noticed in the first set, yung pagpapalit ng setters coming from, of course, their setter who's number 2, Tan.
Again, yung decision making kasi medyo hasn't been effective for Vietnam, kaya baka nagpapalit
At the
na si coach ng
second
setters.
technical timeout, the score
That's
is
something that they're
16
going
to
to work
12
out
in
because
favor of
Indonesia is now
Indonesia.
in a 4-point advantage. Don't go away, magbabalik po kami dito sa SNA. Back here with volleyball action inside
And
the Phil
second
Sports
technical timeout.
Arena. We have members of our fans being flashed here, of course. Nagpapass on na ng paraphernalia for latest game. So,
Ready na to cheer their lungs out for the Philippines.
Hindi na nga hearts lungs na
lungs
talaga.
na. For sure, magsisigawan yan lahat mamaya.
I'm pretty much excited as to how Filipinos will bring in the cheerful vibe that we have in our volleyball games inside the SEA Games as well. Syempre, kaabang-abang yung mga the really cute things that our fans do. But ito, there's nothing cute about that. It's all just smarts and power.
And again, only the bright spot for Vietnam has been their captain, 2-1. Kahit nasa back row siya na rin talaga yung pinupuntahan ng setters.
Well, 2-1 has been a name that we've been mentioning since set number 1. Not as much as Tamamilang in the first set, but still, he's been the lifeblood of this Vietnam squad. Vietnam gets a freebie from Indonesia.
And we saw from that last rally, Vietnam attempted to set up middle again, pero we haven't seen really the middle attackers na ina-attack yung bola talaga. We haven't seen them spike it.
Yeah.
So far, it has been drop balls from them.
Soft touches.
Oo, kaya nakukuha rin talaga ng defense ng Indonesia.
And that is a stark difference to the side of Team Indonesia because we notice stronger hits from Team Indonesia. We just saw number 10 of Team Indonesia, si Zilfi, na kanina pa nag-iingay din. As serve comes from Indonesia. They go to a running hit. At
there you go.
yun, that changes the tempo a bit for Tew.
When they spike it, talagang mataas yung chance na makakuha ng score. Kasi kanina puro drops na nadidepensahan. Pero ito, great angle. It was a single block. And finally, the substitution of the coach of Vietnam working well for them. Kasi ito, nag-iiba na yung tempo ng laro ng Vietnam so far.
Sigit gets a hit from the open side.
Yeah, again, a one-stop rally from Indonesia. Ang hirap din bantayan kasi when Vietnam focuses on a certain player, the setter of Indonesia goes to another. Parang kanina tamamilang, sunod-sunod tamamilang, and then sunod-sunod riban.
That's the advantage of having your team captain like Nizar.
As a setter.
Yeah, as the setter, and he's quite young. He's 25 years old, or turning 25 soon.
Yeah, so took...
Next week.
Oh, wow. Dito siya magsi-celebrate sa
Yes.
Philippines.
Yep, December 9, so exactly a week from now.
It's probably the finals because the semifinals on December 8th.
And we don't know if they'll be there, who's going to be there yet, because it's still the first day of our competition.
It's a long way to go.
There's a lot of things and a lot of action that the SEA Games is offering here, and men's volleyball is just one of the really lucky sports that we get to see on TV.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, we have other games also being shown on our other platforms. We have weightlifting and
Gymnastics.
also here in our set today. But looking at scoreboard, Indonesia just feeling some life from Revan. So it's just a 1-2 punch from
Yeah.
Indonesia so far. Revan or Tamamilang.
Yes. And pag nakakadikit, kanina nakadikit na 1-point disparity na lang. Pero ito, pagdating talaga ng endgame, doon
Bumibitaw.
Oo, nagpo-pull away itong Indonesia because this has been the same story like I said in the first set. Pero sa dulo talaga, lumalabas yung mga veterans sabi nitong mga Indonesia players.
At alam mo kung ano nakakatakot? They're not, Vietnam is the older team if you
Yeah.
look at it average. But Indonesia is playing so fluid. Just like in that last play, we saw those strong blocks. Yung combination play ng Vietnam na bantayan din.
Maybe yung grassroots ng Indonesia maganda rin talaga. That's why they are very confident in fielding in young players in a very prestigious league such as the SEA Games.
Yep. And if you actually look at the lineup, all these players are also club team members. So, talagang batak na batak sa laro.
Yes.
And if we go internationally nga, di ba, they say it's really the men's division. It's quite popular compared to our
Women.
situation.
Yeah.
ang
Pero we're
women's-
going there.
We're going there,
Yeah.
yeah. With when you have Brian Bagunas, when you have
Yeah.
Marcus Espejo, when you have Rana Dilia.
And we have a couple of players being recognized internationally
Yeah.
as well.
Of course, the two names that I've mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
they played abroad, but right now, it's been exchanges of points for these two squads in the second set. If you just joined us here, first set was a similar story, but let's see if Vietnam will change things up with their 2-point disadvantage. Let's see if they can catch up, but Indonesia just unstoppable with that last play. Let's look at that again. Nizar going up to that back row.
And ito nga si Ardian, number 3 from Indonesia, has been joining the scoring of Nizar, of Tamamilang.